Question number 11, Jan Logie.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My question is to the Minister for Social Development and asks, when the Minister said that emergency accommodation motel debt could be forgiven, quote, where there's a genuine reason that they've suddenly found themselves in a crisis situation, unquote, what did she mean by that genuine reason or crisis situation?
Mr. Speaker.
The Honourable Anne Tolley.
Mr. Speaker, under the Social Security Act, the Chief Executive of MSD has the discretion to write off debt in exceptional circumstances. This may include when an error is made by the Ministry, when a debtor has died and the estate is insolvent or already distributed, or in some cases when a debtor is declared bankrupt. It is also worth noting that for victims of family violence, a non-recoverable special needs grant is available to cover the costs of immediate relocation. I'd also point out to the member that when MSD lends people money, it does not charge interest, and staff ensure that any repayments are affordable, starting from a few dollars a week.
Supplementary question, Jan Logie.
Will a family with a sick child unable to afford to heat their house because they're repaying motel debt have that debt forgiven?
The Honourable Anne Tolley.
Mr. Speaker, as I've said, that would be a question for the Chief Executive. However, the important point to make is that when people do incur a debt, as I say, there is no interest and repayments are set at an affordable level.
Supplementary question, Jan Logie.
Is it the Minister's expectation that a family that's left a motel and moved into a garage because that's all they can afford have that motel debt forgiven?
The Honourable Anne Tolley.
Mr. Speaker, under the Social Security Act, it is a decision of the Chief Executive of MSD to make such decisions.
Supplementary question, Jan Logie.
Is it the Minister's expectation that the Chief Executive of the Ministry of Social Development will forgive the motel debt for families that are sleeping on a relative's floor because they can't afford rent?
The Honourable Anne Tolley.
Mr. Speaker, it is my expectation that the Chief Executive of MSD will follow the law.
Supplementary, Mr.
Supplementary
Speaker.
question, Jan Logie.
What kind of crisis will it take for the Minister to forgive the debt of desperate New Zealand families made homeless as a result of her government's failure to provide affordable housing?
The Honourable Anne Tolley.
Mr. Speaker, as has been explained on many occasions to the member asking the question, the Minister for Social Housing announced that from the 1st of July, and we've brought that date forward from September, the special needs grant for emergency housing of up to 7 days will be non-recoverable. However, where people have incurred a debt, it would be unfair on those who are repaying their debts to go back and pick and choose who is going to have to repay their debt and who isn't.
Question number 12.